Today, for the first time ever on the channel, we are attempting to win the Champions League with a team from the League of Ireland, but we'll not be moving said team from Ireland to the English leagues. Not a chance. We have to stay in the Irish leagues in this rebuild, and the only way you can qualify for the Champions League and the Irish leagues is by winning the league title. And even then, you've got qualifiers to even get to the league phase. And to add insult to injury, we have to use the poorest team in Ireland. And the Irish team with the lowest funds in FC 26 just so happens to be Shelbourne, as we are now announced as the new manager of Shelbourne, and we already know the end goal. We must win the Champions League with Shelbourne. This is genuinely going to be so difficult. I mean, just look at that. We start off with 500 grand in the bank. I mean, in FC 26, who are you really signing with 500 grand? And this is the Shelbourne team we've loaded into in FC 26. And you know what? There's a lot more 60 rated players than I thought there were going to be, so we're already off to a winner. 5 at the back though, boys. Not a big fan of 5 at the back on this channel. Now, the best player at the club is Evan Caffrey, who's 21-year-old and 64 rated, can play a multitude of positions. He's actually a really promising youngster, someone we can build the team around early. We've got Paddy Barrett, 31-year-old, 64 rated, and Ali Coote, 64 rated, 26-year-old. And we do have quite a lot of young players at the club who we probably could stick straight into the team, and only 3 players are over 30 years old. And nobody's out of contract in season number 1, which is a massive plus point for us. Don't have to worry about renewing anyone's deal straight off the bat, which ultimately would eat into our transfer budget. Interestingly as well, boys, no one's in on loan. Every single player at the club we actually own. And in case you weren't familiar with how the League of Ireland actually works, the season actually starts in February and then finishes in November. So I'm not too sure how that's going to work when we're actually in European competitions. I think if we're still in Europe, we just obviously don't get a pre-season. Now, I am going to be switching the team up, boys. I don't want to play with a 5 at the back. So we've switched the team up and we're going to go with a 4-4-1-1, and we've got a load of young players into the team. But there's an area of the squad that's really concerning me straight off the bat. The goalkeeper, 57 rated, just is not good enough. He is a good age, however. I usually ban transfers in the first season. For this rebuild, I'm not doing. We're going to use this 500k to sign a new goalkeeper. First, I'm just going to check what players we've loaded into in our youth academy, and as I expected, no one really worth promoting to the senior team and putting straight into the squad. And after having a really intense scout, honestly, I can't find anyone, boys, as we still need to bring some coaches in. I do want to do some youth scouting in season 1, so ultimately in the first season, can't sign anyone. And our scout is only 1-star as well. He's not going to find us anyone. But we'll have to grin and bear it for season number 1. We're going to be scouting the Republic of Ireland. We're going to be looking for goalkeepers. After season 1, I'll start using your recommendations for nations to scout. But I really don't want to send a 1-star scout to your recommendations, because honestly, we're just not going to find anyone. And I'm going to set up with a counter-attack system with this Shelbourne team. I don't want to play anything too expansive. I just want to keep it simple and just focus the first 2 or 3 seasons on growing our players. So apparently someone may have forgot to press record at the end of the season. That someone is me. So at the end of season 1, we finished 7th in the Irish League. Shocking, I know. And we got knocked out in the first round of the Irish Cup once again. Shocking. However, boys, we are actually in the Conference League in season 1, and as things stand, we are in 20th position. We are 4 points off 28th place, which would see us go out in the league phase. This is how the team's looking at the end of the first season. Caffrey's had an excellent season, going to 68 rated, and we have put a youth academy player in goal, Mian, 18-year-old, 62 rated. He has got potential between 75 and 81. Now, we've only actually got €1 million in the bank for season number 2, which is a really small budget. First order of business for me this season is getting a new youth scout. We're going to sack Mackay. He's 1-star. Can we improve him on him slightly? I'm actually going to take this 3-star guy who's worth 250 grand, so we can get some better quality youth players into the club. And for this season, we are going with this comment. We are going to be scouting the Philippines, and we are going to be looking for forwards, meaning we're looking for strikers, attacking mids and wingers, and hopefully our new scout can bring us some gems in, because boy, we need them. And we don't actually currently have the best coaches at the minute. We're going to spend a little bit of money now bringing some coaches in, and this season plenty of players are going to need their contracts renewed, so we're going to have to spend a fair bit of money on renewing contracts. Can we sign anyone though, because we've not actually brought anyone in just yet? I am going to try. Barrett is 32-year-old at 65 rated at centre back. We're going to look to bring a new centre back into the club, and I have got a feeling that Wilson is going to leave us as he's not asked for a new deal, so I'm going to look to bring a new left back and centre back into the club. It might be loans, it might be loan to buys, it could be free agents. So our first signing has been agreed. Ezra Mayers will be joining us on a one-season loan, and we've got an optional future fee to buy in for 700 grand. 18-year-old 63 rated centre-back who's left-footed. He is a decent player. Hopefully we'll have enough money at the start of next season to make his loan permanent. And believe it or not, we've actually managed to make a cash signing, lads, as we have completed the signing of Peterborough United fullback Harley Mills, and he signs for 500k plus Tyreek Wilson. He's 65 rated, 20-year-old, decent stats, fantastic player for the Irish League. He can grow as high as 79 rated. Really encouraged by this transfer. I think he's a really good player. However, after bringing Ezra Mayers and Harley Mills to the club, we've only actually got 99 grand in the bank. We're gonna have to sell a few players because I need some money to one side for contracts and youth players, and a few players have left the club. We've sold Ellis Chapman and Daniel Kelly, raising around 760 grand, and we've loaned out youngster Adam McDonough. Has got a chance of breaking into the team soon, that is for sure, but I don't expect any more transfer business to take place. Our window is done, meaning this is going to be the Shelbourne team to take us into season number 2. I think the team's progressing nicely. We've seen some decent growth. Mills and Mayers make the left side of our defence a bit stronger. We're locked in for season 2. We are now going to simulate forward, not to the end of the season, just to see how we get on in the Conference League, and then we'll go to the end of the season. So boys, our Conference League run has come to an end. After qualifying from the league phase, we beat Randers FC 5-2 in the playoff round to reach the round of 16 proper, where we would go on to lose to Rapid Vienna, who beat us 4-1 over 2 legs. So season 2 has been completed, and it's actually a second place finish for Shelbourne, meaning we are going to be in the Europa League qualifiers for next season. We won 18 of our 36 games, finishing on 62 points, only 5 points off league winners St Pat's. I would call that an excellent season for Shelbourne. However, we didn't really do the best in the Irish Cup, getting beat in the quarterfinals by Shamrock Rovers, who did beat us 1-0. And our team is looking pretty good on paper, as Caffrey becomes our first 70 rated player. We will have to make Mayers' loan into a permanent deal, who's 19-year-old and 67 rated. He's going to cost about 700 grand. Hopefully we've got enough money to make that happen. There's a few positions that I do want to improve. Attacking midfield and right midfield would be top priorities, but I don't know how much money we're going to get. So we're in a little bit of limbo at the minute. We don't know how much money we're going to get or how we can improve the team. And in terms of stats this season, Mipo Odubeko was our best player, 12 goals and 3 assists, but Coot had a really good season from midfield. He got 11 goals and 11 assists in 12 more games. Hopefully season 3 is the season where we finally get in the Champions League. So we have arrived in season 3, and ask and you shall receive. 2 million euros sits in our bank account. First order of business, make Mayers' loan into a permanent deal. And unfortunately, Mayers rejects the contract, and we've missed out on the chance to sign him permanently. What are we going to do now, boys? We need a new centre-back, to say the least. So that leads me straight to the youth scouting, boys, and for this season, we're going to be using this comment. We are going to be scouting in Angola, and you know what we're going to be looking for in Angola, boys. Defenders. Got to be. But moving on, our first signing of the season has been made. It's a free agent, it's a regen, and it's a player I'm really happy with. Danilo Jovanovic becomes the first free agent signing of the rebuilder. 18-year-old and 68 rated. The guy looks like a fantastic defender, whether he is only 5'9". I think he's got something like 79 potential or something decent like that, and he's instantly higher rated than Mayers, so I'm really happy to get this deal over the line. Now it looks like Paulo Cabrera will be joining St Pat's on a one-season loan, so while he's out developing on loan somewhere else, we are going to look to bring in Axel Camblan on a one-season loan, who's a 23-year-old 66 rated French right midfielder who would be an upgrade on what we've got. No buy option is going to be inserted though, we just want to do a straight loan. And the deal is agreed. It looks like Camblan's going to be joining us for a one-season loan, and I think with Jovanovic and Camblan added to our starting 11, we're instantly looking a lot stronger, boys. And with 2 million euros in the bank, we can finally invest in some decent coaches. One small issue, with no positions open. Brilliant. And our final signing of season number 3 is a player from the Australian A-League, as we splash 900 grand on attacking midfielder Quinn McNichol, who is a 19-year-old 62 rated attacking midfielder who has got potential of upwards of 80. He doesn't instantly come in and become the best attacking mid at the club, but he has definitely got one of the highest potentials at the club. Definitely a player I'm looking to build the team around going forward, and that signing is going to round off our incomings, as we're left with just 500 grand in the bank, and we are going to have some contracts to renew. And we have got one other outgoing to bring you up to date with. Merck Coyle has left the club. He's over to Castellon in Spain. He's gone for 600 grand. We've loaned out a couple of youngsters as well. We're locking the starting 11 in for another season. It's going to be another season focusing on player development. So we're now going to simulate forward. I'll meet you back after the Europa League qualifiers have been played, and then we can see if we're actually going to be a Europa League side next season. So another season's been completed as Shelbourne boss, and I'm sorry to say we've actually regressed a bit, as we've finished 4th in the league League, not even qualifying for any kind of European football. There was only 2 points off the Europa League qualifiers. Got a lot of work to do in the off-season because this ain't good enough. And we'd reach our first Irish Cup final of the rebuild, but we'd lose to St. Pat's 2-1. Absolutely heartbreaking. So close to that first trophy of the rebuild. And I am a little bit concerned, boys, because we didn't even get any Europa League qualifiers. We just got put straight into the Conference League. I'm not sure if someone won the Irish Cup or something, which put them in the Europa League ahead of us. But for whatever reason, we finished in the Conference League. And as things stand, we have qualified for the playoff round. But the team is looking really strong. Multiple players are now above 70 rated. I'm definitely going to be looking to bring a new centre-back and right-back to the club in the off-season, though, as Ledwidge and Mbeng are in the mid-20s and they're not even 70 rated. But I am having a real struggle with the youth academy, boys. Not many players in our youth academy who are even worth promoting to the senior team. I think they'll all grow to be decent squad players. These nations are just giving us nothing. We've actually got a scout report in now. Let's see if anyone's on there. There is, we've got 2 players. Oh, in fact, we've actually got 3 players we can promote straight to the senior team here in Valentin, Agostino and Mercado. Now, at the end of the season, 3 players do leave us. We lose Axel Camblan, whose loan is ending, and he is going back to France. And we are also losing Paddy Barrett and Mayo Lundgren. And from next season, our academy youngster Paulo Cabrera will be our starting right mid. He's 17-year-old, 64 rated, grown by 9 overalls this season. He really is someone to look out for. Could get to like 90 rated, who knows. And in terms of stats this season, Harry Wood was our best player, getting 14 goals from midfield. Matt Nichols' first season as a Shelbourne player was decent, getting 9 goals and 7 assists. No striker really stood out. Our starting striker, Odu Becker, only got 6 goals, which isn't good enough. I don't think we're going to have enough money to bring a striker in. So we now arrive in season number 4, and we've only got 2 million euros once again in the bank, which really isn't that good of a budget. And we are kicking off season 4 with an excellent free agent acquisition, as we complete the signing of centre-back Manu Lama, who is 72 rated and 26-year-old, as he joins on a free contract. He's a fantastic player at 72 rated for the level that we are at. I think he instantly becomes the best player at the club. However, he would only sign a 2-year deal, as we are really struggling to sign players in this transfer window. Now, we're left with about 1.2 million in the bank, and do you know what, lads? We are struggling so badly in the transfer windows. We're not really able to sign anyone. What I'm going to do with the money is I'm going to hire another youth scout. They're not really the best choices. I'm going to go with this guy, Agoston Barner, who's 3-star, 2-star. Just someone we can afford. We're going to send out 2 youth scouts this season, hopefully pack out the academy, because the best way we're going to go forward now with Shelbourne is by producing our own talent. So for 1 scout, we'll be using this comment, and we will be scouting Uruguay. And as the comment says, they want to find the next Diego Forlan, so let's look for strikers while we're over in Uruguay. And our second scout is going to be scouting Ireland, and he's going to be looking for centre-backs and midfielders. We really need our scouts to deliver this season. The academy is looking okay. There's a few players here with good potential. Hopefully we can get a few of them out on loan and grow in as soon as possible. So we have also lost 4 players in this transfer window. Roche, Ledwidge and Boyd had all landed in transfer requests. We have sold all 3, raising some vital funds for the club. We have also loaned out a youngster, Eder Valentin, who has got really good potential. Hopefully he's ready to play when he comes back. And we have now got 2 million back in the bank. I may yet try to sign a right back. And we have managed to make a cash signing. We've signed a new right back, thank the Lord. As we sign 16-year-old fullback Nikolai Bakken from the Norwegian League. He joins for 1.8 million. He is 16 years old, 66 rated with really decent stats. Can play right back and left back, which is really important for us. He's got upwards of 80 potential, so I'm really happy with the signing. He's going straight into the first team in the right back position. So this is how the Shelbourne team is going to look going into the 4th season. We've got a lot of 70 rated players in the team, and it is ticking along nicely. We're locking the starting 11 in for the new season. We're going to have a real focus this season on growing our players once again and youth scouting. We need our youth academy full of talent. We're going to simulate forward now to the end of the Conference League to see how we got on. So we have arrived at the end of the season, and we've finished 2nd again, boys, which I'm not too concerned about. 19 wins from 36 games. We were 3 points off winning the league. Shamrock Rovers do clinch the title. Now, we've finished 2nd before, and it says we're meant to get in the Europa League, but we actually qualified for the Conference League. So if we look to the Irish Cup, which we once again got to the final and lost, does that mean that Galway United, who finished, oh my god, they finished 9th, how did we lose that final? final. Does that mean they're going to be in the Europa League and we drop to the Conference League? I have no idea how the League of Ireland works, to be honest. But again, we've seen excellent growth across the starting 11 this season. We've got multiple players who are now mid-70 rated. But there is one position in this team that I really do want to improve, and that is up front. Odubecko's 26-year-old and 68 rated. While he is a decent striker for Irish League level, he ain't really going to get too much better. And we have had some really, really bad news. First choice goalkeeper Christopher Meehan has handed in a transfer request, so we will be selling him, and none of our other goalkeepers at the club are any good. We do have Ian Sheehan, who has an amazing last name, by the way, as Josh Sheehan has just scored the winning goal for my team in our local derby against Wigan. Of course, we're going to get it in the video. I'm not going to waste any money on a new keeper. He is going to be our first choice goalkeeper from next season. And do you know what? I think we might as well do a bit of a loan watch while we are here. We've got 4 players currently out on loan who have all grown quite a lot. I may even use Uruguayan striker Oscar Lucero as our first choice striker next season. He has got pretty good potential. We definitely need to start developing our youth players though, boys, because we need to actually sell some on, bring some much needed money into the club. And when it comes to stats this season, Harry Wood has been outstanding so far. 22 goals and 1 assist from central midfield is really, really solid. McNichol and Odubecko had decent seasons as well. Glad to see Odubecko get into double figures. So we have now arrived in season number 5 and we've only got 2 million euros, lads. We need an influx of cash so badly at this club. Maybe that's why we're not winning any trophies. Now, my thought process is I want Oscar Lucero to be our first choice striker from next season. So we are going to loan in a striker for this season. We're going to allow Ian Sheehan to stay out on loan for another season, let him keep developing. We're going to sell Christopher Meehan and bring in a temporary first choice keeper for this season. But we now need to get both of our youth scouts out scouting. And once again, we will be sending one to Ireland. And in Ireland, we are going to be looking for goalkeepers. And our other scout is going to Brazil, boys. We need wonder kids. The best place to find them is definitely Brazil. And we're going to be looking for forward players while we're over there. So our first signing of the season has been completed as a new goalkeeper joins the club, as we sign goalkeeper Angel Fortuno from the free agents list on a 3-year contract. Fortuno is 71 rated, 27-year-old, decent goalkeeper for the level we're at. He is literally a like-for-like exchange for Meehan. I think he's got up to like 74 potential, so still a little bit of room to grow. And you know what, boys? Good news always comes in twos, as we have completed the loan signing of exciting Spanish striker Jose Manuel Casas. 18-year-old, 71 rated. Look at the stats, boys. He's going to eat this season. We could only sign him on a 1-year loan with no optional future fee. I don't think a player of his quality would want to come to the Irish League permanently anyway. And you know what, actually, speaking of European football, what are we actually in this season? Now, we have seen 3 players also leave the club in this transfer window. Lorcan Healy, Christopher Meehan and Adam McDonough have all left the club, actually raising about 3.3 million euros. The first thing I want to do with this money is bring some new coaches to the club, and definitely some forward-thinking ones. There's no positions open. Oh my god, what are we going to do? What have we signed ourselves up for in this rebuild, boys? At all. There's only one other thing we can do with this money, boys, and that is hire a really good youth scout. We can't even do that. We can't even do that. Is it really worth spending 1.4 million on a 3-star, 4-star scout? We've literally already got a 3-star, 3-star. I don't know. Oh, I'm starting to feel the stress of this rebuild a little bit, boys. I can't lie. Don't think we're going to improve the team with 3 million euros, especially when the average rating is like 72. I'm just going to lock the starting 11 in for the new season. Spend a full season focusing on scouting youth players and developing our young youth players coming through. Let's just simulate forward to the end of the season. So season number 5 is officially completed, and we are finally the champions of Ireland. Won 22 of our 36 games. We scored a whopping 81 goals. We definitely found the back of the net, winning the league title on goal difference. Shelbourne are the champions of Ireland. That's an Irish League trophy added to the trophy cabinet, and it says that we've qualified for the UCL qualifiers, but it's also said we've qualified for the Europa League a few times, and well, we've once again ended up in the Conference League this season. I've got a little feeling we're not actually going to be in the Champions League. Their performance in the Conference League has actually been amazing. We've gone unbeaten in the league phase, meaning we're going straight to the round of 16. And we had an Irish Cup. We can, lads. We've won the Irish Cup as well. We have completed a domestic double. Oh my god. And that's an Irish Cup added to the trophy cabinet as well. What a season for Shelbourne. And this is how the team is looking at the end of the season. Everyone is above 70 rated, finally. And McNichol is looking like a serious baller. 21-year-old, 79 rated. He is crazy. And Casas has grown to 76 rated. Unfortunately, he will be going back from his loan. We'd never be able to afford a player of his caliber. Now next season, I don't know where I'm going to improve the team, honestly. I would like a new central midfielder to replace McInroy. I don't know how much money we're going to get, lads, and that is what's really holding us back. We desperately need some rotation players as well. No one's above 70 rated who's not in the starting 11. So let's have a look at some of the loan players who have gone out on loan this season. As we can see, we have seen some nice growth from the young players who have gone out on loan. Ian Sheehan's only 66 rated though at 18-year-old. Do I want to put him straight into the team? I'm not too sure. But Oscar Lucero is now 67 rated at 19-year-old. He has grown by 5 overalls this season. He will be our starting striker from season number 6. I'm really not too sure what we're going to do next season. Hopefully we get like 5 million euros so we can actually make a few cash signings. But wow, what a signing Jose Manuel Casas was. 34 goals and 7 assists. It's a shame it was only a loan, but we're never going to be able to sign him permanently. Quinn McNichol, outstanding once again. 21 goals and 14 assists for the man. Harry Wood, once again, double figures for goals and assists. So we have arrived in season 6, boys, and we are still in the Conference League. Obviously, with the Irish League starting in February, does kind of mess up the timeline a little bit. I think we'll find out if we're in the Champions League or not in August, which is going to be a painful wait. How much money have we got? 3 million euros. Right, what can we do? Because we actually start the new season in January, all the best free agents are taken as well. We're literally left with just regens. We are going to scour the free agents list, see if there's anyone worth picking up. But we have managed to make a free agent signing who massively improves our starting 11. We have signed Umar Ngom on a 4-year deal who joins us from the free agents list. And at 74 rated, Ngom would instantly be the best centre mid at the club. He's 25-year-old with decent stats, becomes the highest paid player at the club on £8.5 grand a week. And Eder Valentim has come back from his loan at 67 rated, 18-year-old, and he's an exciting prospect. But he has only got 12 months left on his deal. Hopefully he does ask for a new deal because he will be going straight into the starting 11. But I have not got a clue what's gone on here. Ian Sheehan is not at the club anymore, and he was out on loan. There was no buy option. He's fully gone. We've fully lost Ian Sheehan. He's gone with no goalkeeper. Oh no, he wasn't even out of contract. I don't know what's happened. And lads, I have just seen a 4-star youth scout, and you know what? I'm buying him. I'm getting this youth scout. I'm going to sack Agoston Barner because he's shocking. We're going to go and scout Ireland with this youth scout, and we really need some high potential centre mids, so we're literally just going to be focusing on centre mids. What? Hang on a second. I've lost my loaned out striker as well. Where's he gone? Oh my god, this is not happening. What is going on with FC 26, man? I've actually lost all my loan players I'd loaned out. Is this yet another bug with FC 26? I was relying on those players to take us to the next level. What is going on? We are now in serious trouble, boys, because if I can't develop youth players, what am I going to do? I think going forward in this rebuild, if we have a really high potential youngster, they'll have to just come straight into the team. Now, because we've lost our Uruguayan wonder kid striker, because EA is just crap, we've had to sign another striker from the free agents list. We've signed Nacho Cordoba, a 19-year-old 70 rated striker who has got like 82 potential, but he had nowhere near as good potential as our Uruguayan wonder kid. I'm so disappointed, but he is a decent striker who will do a job for us, and we've literally got 240 grand in the bank. That's our preparations pretty much done. Now, unfortunately, our Conference League run has come to an end in the quarterfinals, where French side Strasbourg has beat us 4-2 over 2 legs. Do you know what, boys? I'm really proud of that performance. Now, all our attention turns to the Champions League. Are we actually going to be in it? I bloody hope so. So we've arrived at the end of the season, and the first time was so nice, we've had to do it twice, as we have gone back-to-back in the Irish League. We have once again eased our way to the league title, winning 26 times, only losing 4 games all season. 86 goals scored, 84 points achieved, and that is another Irish Premier League to our trophy cabinet. And we've once again won the Irish Cup, beating St Pat's 2-1 in the final, back-to-back domestic doubles, adding another Irish Cup to our trophy cabinet. We are really starting to dominate the Irish League, and thankfully we are actually in the Champions League, and we are in the league phase as things stand. We've won 1 game, drawn 1, lost 4. It looks like we are going to be heading out in the league phase. Hopefully being in the UCL brings a lot more money into the club, and we can start actually progressing the rebuild. Because while we have got a decent team on paper, losing them youth academy players have set us back a few seasons, as the growth just isn't really there anymore. We really need a new goalkeeper, a new left back, a new right mid. We need players in the team who are going to grow. That's why we need some money next season. And I can't lie, with Quinn McNichol being worth 30.5 million, I'm thinking, is it time to sell him and reinvest the money back into the club, or do we let him him grow for another season or two and then sell him, because I genuinely don't think we're going to be able to improve this team much next season. But in terms of stats this season, our new striker, Nacho Cordoba, was unbelievable. 42 goals and 11 assists in 49 games. McNichol and Wood both get double figures for goals and assists again. So we've now arrived in the 7th season, I think it is. Bearing in mind we're in the Champions League, how much money are we going to get? 5 million euros. Wow. What can I say? Genuinely, what can I say to that? Can't even improve the team. Thankfully, we have got 3 unbelievable youngsters in our youth academy, but the problem is if we loan them out, we might not even get them back. Actually, I need to check if we've still got all our loan players. I feel like we've lost a few lads. We've lost loan players. All of our loaned out goalkeepers are no longer at the club, and we had a really good left back out on loan as well, who's not at the club anymore. Right, so there's a big bug at the minute with the youth academy. We can't loan out any players. Can't lie, boys, I'm now in a position where I think, is this rebuild actually possible to be completed? Well, seeing as we can no longer use the youth academy in this rebuild, we need to make work of the free agents list, and a new goalkeeper has been acquired. As we sign goalkeeper Leonard Becker, who's 20-year-old, 78 rated, 6'5", and got fantastic stats. He's got upwards of 85 potential, fantastic young goalkeeper. If we're not going to be able to loan out our youth players and get them growing, we're going to have to sign regens off the free agents list. So it's not been a complete disaster, boys. We have signed a really good goalkeeper, and we've managed to bring some new coaches to the club finally. And on paper, we have definitely got a team that should dominate the League of Ireland. We're going to simulate forward until the Champions League run is over. Hopefully we can once again win the league and qualify for the Champions League again next season. So we have arrived at the end of the season, boys, and this season we have won the league again, but we have gone invincible. 28 wins, 8 draws, no losses for Shelbourne, 90 league goals scored and 92 points accumulated. What can I say, boys? We have made Shelbourne the most dominant team in Irish football, but we can add another Irish Cup to the trophy cabinet, as we do lose in the semi-final to St. Pat's. And in the Champions League, it does look like we're going to go out in the league phase again. We've only won 1 of our 6 games, losing 5, and we're 33rd in the league. Definitely disappointing, but with the squad we've got, it's to be expected. We have seen some really nice growth this season, to be fair. I can't really have any complaints. We have had one major issue though. Caffrey has broke his leg for one, and he has also handed in a transfer request, so we're probably going to have to sell him. We're probably going to be stuck to bringing a free agent in to replace him, so we're at the mercy of the free agents list once again. But we're going to get about 2 or 3 million euros again next season. Cash signings at the minute are just, they're not even possible, boys. Looking at the stats, Nacho Cordoba was amazing. 29 goals, 4 assists. Harry Wood and Quinn McNichol both got over 20 goals as well. We've had a really good season, lads. I just wish I could significantly improve the team. We've arrived in the new season and we've only got 6 million euros again, lads. It is going up season on season, I can't lie. It's still not enough money to make a permanent signing, which is really disappointing. We're now going to look on the free agents list to see if we can find a new winger, because Caffrey is definitely leaving the club. So, boys, I'm not going to lie, it's been another real struggle this transfer window, and as each season passes, I'm really starting to doubt if we can actually win the Champions League. So, transfer business for this season, we have loaned in a left midfielder, Mark Tinubu, comes in from Man City on a 1-season loan. We've got an optional future fee to buy him for 6 million euros at the end of the season. He's got up to 84 potential. He's going to be Caffrey's replacement, but we can't currently sell Caffrey because he's got a broken leg. I think he's a good player. He'll do a job. We've also brought in a new backup goalkeeper, Ramon Ojeda, 20-year-old, 77 rated goalkeeper, really decent stats, 6'6" as well, should be a good backup goalkeeper for us. And 3 players leave the club. Sean Moore, Angel Fortuno and Daniel Ring all leave. Just sold a few players there whose contracts were expiring, who weren't going to ask for new deals. So as things stand, this is going to be the Shelbourne team we take into season 7, I think it is, or maybe even season 8. We're locking the team in for the new season. We do have 3 80 rated players in this team. It isn't actually a weak team on paper. We have got a few saleable assets that I can sell, but the free agents list is terrible. And one other issue I want to show you actually before I progress any further. Say if we do sell one of our star players for like £70 million, and let's just say we want to sign Jandry Gomez from Fulham. Looks like this player will not relocate at this time. We can't even go in to buy players, boys, because they don't want to play in the League of Ireland. So selling our star players in this rebuild isn't really an option. Have we progressed through the Champions League phase though? We can now find out. But we've finished 27th in the league phase, winning 2 of our 8 games. Unfortunately not, boys. We are once again knocked out in the league phase, which is really disappointing. But with the squad we've got, I really can't complain. So another season season goes into the history books and we once again win the League of Ireland. This time though, we actually lost a game of football, but we still won 26, we drew 9, we lost 1. That means in 2 full seasons in this league, we've lost just 1 game, which is insane. We're once again into the Champions League qualifiers. Speaking of the Champions League, how are we getting on? Well, this is interesting. We're 26th in the league phase with 2 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses. With 2 league phase fixtures remaining to be played, we have actually got a chance to make the playoff round, which would be huge, boys. It would be absolutely massive. And in the Irish Cup, we would lose in the quarterfinals to St. Pat's, who would beat us on penalties. And the team's looking decent on paper. We have got quite a few 80 rated players. Really impressed to see Wood is now 80 rated as well, considering he's been here since day 1. He has actually been really consistent. Now, I would like a new left back to replace Mills, but we're going to get no money in the transfer window. I'm tempted to put Lou Papa into the starting 11. I don't know what his potential is, but surely he's got better potential than 77, so I may just throw him in the team. And I think I am going to make Tinubu's loan into a permanent deal. We've got 8 million euros in the bank. Tinubu is worth 11.5 million. We can buy him for 6.2. He's got like 84 potential. I think this actually could be a decent signing. I've just seen though, lads, that he's on 75 grand a week at City. So much money. I don't get why he's on so much money. But he has signed permanently. We've given him like 45 grand a week. It's a lot of money, to be fair, you know. And when it comes to stats, of course, Nacho Cordoba was our best player, getting 39 goals and 4 assists. Quinn McNichol and Harry Wood both got double figures for goals and assists. And it is nice to see Umar Nagom get 12 goals as well. Really shared the goals out this season. So we've arrived in season number 8, I think. Could be season 9. We've only got 7 million euros again, boys. I really need a new left back, if anything. I'm beginning to think we might not even be able to improve the team at all. So I think I'm going to have to put Lou Papa into the starting 11, boys, and just hope he's got good potential. I really can't remember what his potential is. Drop Mills to the bench. The bench is getting all right now. We have got some decent players. We could do with a backup striker, to be honest. That's something I'm probably going to look to go and bring into the football club. And lads, we've actually managed to sign a decent free agent striker who's going to be an excellent backup for season 8. As we complete the signing of former Udinese striker Lorenzo Luca, and he signs on a 3-year deal. He is 79 rated, 32-year-old, but the guy is 6'7", an absolute specimen. Gives us a different option up front to Cordoba. We can put crosses into the box and he will get on the end of them. I'm really happy with this signing. An actual named player, finally. Now, as we know, there's a really serious issue with loans at the minute where players are just getting released from the contracts while they're out on loan. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try and loan out 2 players on 2-year loans, and then I'm going to cancel their loan just before they're due to come back. Basically, recall them, pay a fee to recall them. Not being able to loan out our youngsters has held us back so much in this rebuild. So I'll tell you what, boys, while we're doing this little loan experiment, see if we can recall the players from their loans after they've grown a little bit. We will do a little bit more youth scouting. We're going to look for strikers, centre mids and centre backs, and we're going to be scouting in Ireland again. I just really hope this works because I need to start progressing some players seriously. We've only got 5 million in the bank. Being brutally honest, the free agents list is terrible in January. There's no one in it. We're not going to bring anyone in with 5 million who actually breaks into this team. I'm sure if I look to the squad hub now and look at the contracts, people are going to want new deals. Yeah, everyone who you can see here who's got 2 years left on their deal is probably going to ask for a new deal at some point this season. We are losing Evan Caffrey, who is leaving the club. Handed in a transfer request ages ago. Just no bids coming for him. No improvements at all to the starting 11, which is really disappointing. At least we've managed to bring some new coaches in. Let's now sim forward, see if we manage to get through the league phase in the Champions League. But looking at our remaining fixtures of Barcelona and Man City, I'm willing to say it's not going to happen. So as expected, we go on to lose to both Barcelona and Man City, which once again sees us bow out of the Champions League in the league phase. It's all looking a little bit glum at the moment for Shelbourne, isn't it? So we have arrived at the end of season number 8, and you know the script by now. We've once again dominated the Irish League, winning 25 games, only losing once in the league. In our last 3 league seasons, we've only lost 2 games. That is just ridiculous. But my focus is purely on Europe. How have we got on in the Champions League? Well, we're actually 12th after 6 games played, with 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. A game against Club Brugge coming up, which is very winnable. I actually think this could be the first time we get through the league phase, which is a massive step in the right direction. But once again, in the Irish Cup, we don't perform to our best. Knocked out in the semi-finals by Bohemians. We're not really doing too well in that trophy at the minute, but we've won that many of them that I'm not really bothered. And our starting 11 is now starting to look like a really good team, finally, after 8 seasons. We obviously need a new left-back. Lou Papa hasn't grown the way I would have liked. Gannon, we've promoted to the senior team because Ngom wants to leave, who is actually a really decent player. Mills wants to leave as well, so if we sell them two, we could make like 40 million. We won't be able to sign anyone because no one wants to come to the Irish League. So we're going to try and sign a left back. We're going to try and sign a central midfielder. We might have to do some loan to buys of other clubs' regens. I'm not too sure. We did try my loan method this season where we sent players out on loan and recalled them, and it worked. Everyone's still at the club, and there's a player who I am going to be playing from the off next season. Patrick Maguire has potential to be special. 17-year-old, 66 rated centre-back. He's going to go in the team to replace Manu Lama, who is 32-year-old and not even asked for a new deal. I don't really mind, even though we're 8 seasons in, lads. Give it 2 seasons and I'm very sure Maguire will be like 82, 83 rated. When it comes to goals, obviously Nacho Cordoba was our best player. 39 goals, 13 assists. Fantastic season as well for Quinn McNichol. 20 goals, 17 assists. And a young player, Ben McHugh, 11 goals, 5 assists. He's come through our academy as well. He could be someone who breaks into the first team soon, boys. It's actually been a really good season, this. And we end it on a high and get through the league phase in the Champions League. So we've arrived in season number 9, boys, and we have actually been given our best transfer budget of 9 million euros. Can't do nothing with that money, unfortunately. Probably can't even sign a rotation player, but luckily 2 players are leaving the club in this window. Early Mills will be leaving, which should get us about 10 million, and Umar Ngom is going to be leaving, which should get us about 34 million. I think we can make a signing for the first team, finally, for the first time in forever, but, and it's a very, very big but, boys, it's most likely going to be a loan to buy. So, lads, 3 players have left the club. Harley Mills, Umar Ngom and Ramon Ojeda leave the club. We finally got some money. As 57 million euros sits in our bank account. Jesus, it feels good to have money. So we need a new backup goalkeeper, starting left back and starting centre mid. My plan is, for this transfer window, sign players on loan to buys and then instantly activate the buyout straight away because no one's going to relocate to Ireland. So we have finally managed to make a loan signing, lads, and it's a player who makes us so much better. Teddy Ferrer has joined us from PSG on a 1-season loan and we can buy him permanently for 33 million. He's 82 rated, 22-year-old with amazing stats. And lads, I'm not messing about. We're instantly going to activate the buy clause. We're going to get in for 33 million euros and we've finally made a significant signing for our team. This pushes us so far in the right direction. And Ferrer is officially our player, boys. We've finally made a significant signing. Now, we are left with 21 million in the bank and I can't lie, lads, I have spent the best part of half an hour in real life trying to loan in a left back. Can't be done. No one is willing to loan a left back to us of any quality anyway. So what that means is we're going back to Ireland scouting for a left back. We're just going to go for 6 months and we're going to try and do the loan thing again where we loan them out and recall them so we don't lose the player. And because so many players just won't relocate to the League of Ireland, we have found Patrick Beach of Luton Town in League One, who's a 30-year-old, 77 rated goalkeeper. We can actually buy him on the cheap. We're going to sign him to be our backup for the next couple of seasons. And we do complete the signing of Beach, boys, who will wear the number 12 shirt. He has signed for us for just 5 million euros. Now, I've got one last roll of the dice when it comes to finding a left back, and that's going to be League One in England. I've checked pretty much every other league. If there's not a good left back in this league, we're stuck, and it's got off to a great start. Seriously, I can't find any. I can't find any. Yep, buzzing. There's Borja Soler, to be fair, who I can't even afford now. Buzzing. Oh, brilliant. I'm so over this rebuild, honestly. So this is going to be the Shelbourne team to take us into Season 9 or Season 8, whichever one it is. Great team on paper. Really confident Maguire's going to grow loads this season. Wish we could have got a left back in, but it's just not meant to be. And now all that's left to do is check our Champions League progress. Are we going to be in the playoff round? We are, boys. We finished 12th in the league phase. We now enter the Champions League knockouts for the first time. What a massive achievement this is. We're going to simulate forward until our Champions League run comes to an end. I'm really hopeful we can get to something like the quarterfinals. So another league season completed and it's another league title for Shelbourne, but this time we actually lost 2 games, which has been completely unheard of. It's the first time it's happened in 4 seasons. I scored 93 goals, lads. We're just walking this league every single season, and I've completely forgot to show you where we got to in the Champions League. Well, we got to the round of 16, where we lost to Tottenham 6-1 over 2 legs, but we did knock out Celtic in the playoff round, so we did actually do pretty well. And after 4 long seasons, we've once again won the Irish Cup, beating Shamrock Rovers 3-1 in the final. And in the Champions League, boys, we are absolutely smashing it this season. We're currently 5th after 6 games, winning 4 games already. We're pretty much guaranteed qualification to at least a playoff round. We could even bypass everyone and go straight into the round of 16, which would be amazing. And you know what? Our starting 11 is actually looking really good. We've got world-class players in the team like Cordoba, McNichol and Valentin. We're just really lacking a new left-back. Maguire's grown by 7 overalls this season. He's 72 rated. So our decision to put him in the team's probably started to pay off. I just really hope we can finally sign a left-back next season because we've only been trying for like 3 or 4 seasons. And at the end of the season, we are losing a few players. Sam Bon, Lorenzo Luca and Manu Lama, who are all leaving the club. There is a chance we could lose Patrick Beach and Joshua Mercado as well. Need to keep our eye on their deals. In terms of stats this season, obviously Nacho Cordoba was our best player, getting 40 goals and 9 assists. He is just walking the Irish league. So we've now arrived in season number 10 and we've actually got 22 million euros, which isn't actually a bad budget. But let's just say we want to go and buy a left back, someone like Teddy Hopper, who's only 75 rated. He still won't relocate to Ireland. This is the struggle we are currently up against. We're really struggling to sign players at the minute. So straight off the bat, boys, we've actually managed to find 2 decent free agents, which is very unheard of for this rebuild. Signed youngster Xavi Prieto, a 16-year-old 71 rated striker who's got up to 84 potential, who's in to be Luca's replacement. He was the best available striker on the free agents list. And have our left back wars been answered? We find Uwer Guardado, 16-year-old 76 rated fullback who's showing great potential with really decent stats. I think he's got like 83, 84 potential, which he could actually hit this season. He's going straight into the team, boys, and I'm hoping he grows loads because we're really struggling at left back and we have been for like 5 seasons. One thing we have done with our money is buy a better youth scout for £3 million, and he has been scouting in Brazil for the last couple of months. He's found some really decent players, to be fair. The pick of the bunch being 14-year-old Wagner Simas, who's got 91 to 94 potential and 5-star at just 14 years old. We've got to wait at least 2 seasons before we can even get him into the team. So we once again find ourselves in a situation where nobody will travel over to Ireland and stay here. We're struggling to loan people in again. It's just been an absolute car crash when it comes to signings this rebuild, because no one's really willing to move to the Irish League, which is really holding us back at the minute. We still have 22 million in the bank. We're pretty much forced to just lock our starting 11 in for another season. I am glad to see Cordoba's reached 90 rated, our first 90 rated player of the rebuild. I'm hoping McNichol and Valentin can join him at the end of the season. The last thing we've got to do is check the Champions League standings now. We were in a really strong position and we've actually managed to finish 8th in the Champions League, winning 5 of our 8 games, which is a massive step in the right direction. This means we go straight into the round of 16, which should bring some much needed finances into the club. I'll meet you back when our Champions League run comes to an end, and I'm hoping to go as far as possible, so some players might actually want to sign for us. So we have arrived at the end of the season, lads, and I am pretty shocked as to what I've just seen, because Shelbourne are in the Champions League final and we're taking on RB Leipzig. This has come as a complete surprise considering we only got to the round of 16 last season. In the league phase, we finished 8th again, winning 5 of our 8 games, drawing 1 and losing 2. That would put us straight in the round of 16, where we took on Bayern Munich, who we beat 4-3 over 2 legs in a very close tie. Ultimately setting up a quarter-final with PSG, and once again, it's a very close game. We beat them 3-2 over 2 legs, before taking on Sporting Lisbon in the semi-finals, who we beat 4-2 over 2 legs to set up a final with RB Leipzig. Because I can't lie, I am a little bit concerned about the team that's reached the Champions League final. Now, while we have got world-class players like 91 rated Cordoba and 92 rated McNichol and 87 rated Valentin, a decent midfield as well, the defence and goalkeeper really aren't the strongest. I mean, we're literally taking a 74 rated centre-back into the Champions League final, and I think since I started doing YouTube, we have never gone into a Champions League final with one 70 rated player. We're going into this one with 2 70 rated players. Now, in terms of stats this season, of course, Nacho Cordoba was our best player, getting 19 goals and 5 assists. Quinn McNichol was fantastic again, 12 goals and 6 assists. We've only played just shy of 30 games because the Irish League is still ongoing. It only ends in December. But time for the Hall of Famer for this rebuild, and I'm gonna give it to Quinn McNichol, boys. I think he was the first cash signing we made in this rebuild, and he has just scored so many goals. Going to 91 rated is really impressive, so for that reason, Quinn McNichol is the Hall of Famer for the Shelbourne rebuild. And after 10 long seasons, this has been the hardest rebuild I've ever done. Can we win the Champions League final? Now, before we get the game underway, we know where our weaknesses are, but do Leipzig have any weaknesses in their team? Well, they've got an 82 rated left winger. They have got Estevao, who's an amazing player. A solid midfield, but they have only got a 74 rated left back. We've also got a 74 rated player. They have got a 90 rated centre-back though, and a good goalkeeper as well. No, they've only got one 90 rated player in their team. We've got two. They've not got a strong bench at all, and they've got a 74 rated fullback. I think we can win this game, boys. I really do. Old Trafford is the venue. Leipzig get us on the way. Come on, Shelbourne. Let's just get this game won. Out wide. That's really good stuff. Cabrera. Oh, the pass. What a ball, it's got through. Cordoba, 1-0 to Shelbourne with the first real chance of the game. And Cordoba, who's been so impressive in front of goal, is never going to miss from 12 yards. 1-0 to Shelbourne. We really needed that start to this game. Where Drago shoots some distance. Easy save for Becker. Cardoza. Estevao with a nice little touch, but again, it's straight at Becker. They've had two chances now, Leipzig, but they've hit the ball straight at our goalkeeper. Vermeeren down the line. You can't really see him because my big head's in the way. Keeper's got to get there. Fumbles the ball, but catches it at the second chance. Come on, boys. There'll be one final chance here for Leipzig before half-time. Win the header. Cardoza with the header straight at Becker. That's going to be it for the first start. Since we've scored, Leipzig have come back into the game and created some chances, but they haven't really worked our goalkeeper too much. Their striker, Cardoza, is just bullying Maguire, so I'm thinking I might have to take him off, but I don't have any decent defenders on the bench. Oh, it's going to be a chance for Leipzig. Estevao with a shot that goes just wide. Their finishing today has been poor. They're lacking a proper clinical striker. That's the difference between the two sides at the minute. We've got a clinical striker, they don't. I've got a feeling this is going to fly straight in top corner. Oh, it's just wide from Estevao. Cardoza. Bit wide to Bahoya. Whips in, that's going to be the keeper's ball, and it is with the pretty much last kick of the game to get it up into their half. And there is the full-time whistle, boys. We have won the Champions League with Shelbourne in what has been the most difficult rebuild I've ever done. This has been a proper struggle, I can't lie. But all that matters is we are the champions of Europe, and Wood, who's been here since day one, will do the honours. Shelbourne are the champions of Europe, and that is another rebuild successfully boxed off. Thank the Lord. So just want to say a massive thank you for watching the video, boys. If you have enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe. It does really help me out. We're getting really, really close to 10,000 subscribers, and I'll see you in the next one.